Hello and welcome back to the Integrated Leader Podcast. I am Lauren Marie, and this week we are exploring feedback. In our last episode, we explored processing feedback and turning it into action. Today, we are shifting gears and talking about giving feedback, specifically how to deliver constructive feedback that's focused on behaviors rather than personal attributes so it leads to real growth. Let's start by defining what makes feedback constructive. Constructive feedback zeroes in on a specific behavior, not on personal characteristics. When you talk about actions, you create clarity and avoid the pitfalls of personal criticism. By describing what someone did, explaining how it impacted the team or the project, and suggesting how to improve, you set the stage for positive change. Research from the Center of Creative Leadership shows that behavior-based feedback is more effective in improving performance compared to general or personal criticism. Focus on actions help your team members understand exactly what can change and why it matters. Here are 3 practical guidelines to deliver constructive behavioral feedback. 1. Be specific and clear. 2. Keep it collaborative. And 3. Follow up for support. 1. Be specific and clear. Focus on concrete actions and outcomes. For example, instead of saying, "You're always late," try, "I noticed you arrived 10 minutes late to our meeting this week," which delayed our discussion on key points. Specificity helps eliminate ambiguity. Keep it collaborative. Frame your feedback as a joint effort to improve. Ask questions like, "What challenges are you facing with this deadline?" Or, "How can we adjust the process to support you better?" This approach invites dialogue and creates a sense of shared responsibility. And 3, follow up and support. End your feedback by establishing a clear plan for improvement. Outline the steps you'll both take. Follow up and support. End your feedback by establishing a clear plan for improvement. Outline the steps you'll both take and schedule a follow-up discussion to assess progress. This ensures that the feedback is not just heard, but also acted upon. These 3 guidelines simplify the process and keep your feedback focused, constructive, and actionable. Let's illustrate this with a quick scenario. Imagine you're leading a project and one team member has been missing deadlines. Instead of saying, "You're irresponsible," you might say, "I've noticed that the reports have been submitted late over the past 3 weeks, which is impacting our project timeline. Can we discuss any challenges you're experiencing and explore some ways to improve this process?" This method not only makes the issue clear, but also opens the conversation for collaboration, problem solving, and keeping the focus on behavior and outcomes. So to wrap up today's episode, remember that effective feedback is about being clear, collaborative, and supportive. By being specific about behaviors, inviting a conversation about improvement, and committing to follow-up, you empower your team to grow and excel. The challenge: in your next performance conversation, try using these 3 guidelines. Focus on being specific about what you observe, invite your team member to work on the improvement together, and always end with a clear plan and a follow-up. Notice how the approach transforms the dynamic of the conversation and builds stronger, more productive relationships. Thank you for joining me today on the Integrated Leader Podcast. In our final episode this week, we will explore how to hold ourselves and others accountable by following up effectively on the feedback process. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.